Most traders lose money not because the market is hard, but because they're using tools they don't truly understand. The moving average, it's not just a line on your chart, it's the difference between trading like an amateur and thinking like a professional. Today, I'm going to show you how to use it the way it actually works, not the way social media tells you. Let me be very clear with you, there is no such thing as a perfect strategy. But there are strategies that consistently put the odds in your favor if you have the discipline to follow them. The moving average is one of the most misunderstood tools in trading. Most people use it to confirm what they want to see. Professionals use it to understand what the market is actually doing. In this session, I'm going to strip away the noise and show you a moving average trading approach that is simple, powerful, and brutally effective if you execute it properly. This isn't about magic indicators. It's about clarity, timing, and mindset. Because at the end of the day, it's not the strategy that makes you money, it's how you think when you use it. Trend identification using moving averages sounds simple on the surface, but most traders misuse it because they're trying to force the market to confirm their bias instead of reading what is actually in front of them. A moving average is not there to predict the future, it is there to show you the present reality of price behavior over time. When price is consistently trading above a moving average, it is telling you that buyers are in control, and when it is below, sellers dominate. It's not complicated, but it requires you to trust what you see rather than what you hope will happen. The real power of a moving average comes from understanding its slope and the relationship between price and the line itself. If the moving average is sloping upward and price is respecting it, pulling back to it, and then continuing higher, you are in a trending market. This is where you want to focus your attention, not when the market is chopping sideways, not when price is crossing back and forth over the line, but when there is clear direction. Most traders lose money because they trade in conditions where the moving average is flat, which signals indecision. They mistake activity for opportunity. You also need to understand that not all moving averages are equal. A shorter period moving average reacts faster to price but produces more noise, while a longer period moving average is smoother but slower. The key is not to find the best one, but to find one that aligns with your trading time frame and then stick to it. Consistency matters more than optimization. Constantly changing your settings is just another form of emotional decision-making. Another critical point is that the moving average should act as a guide, not a signal generator on its own. It provides context. If you're in an uptrend, you should be thinking about buying pullbacks, not selling just because price looks too high. That's where discipline comes in. The market does not care about your opinion of value. It cares about order flow, and the moving average helps you stay aligned with that flow. You must also accept that no tool is perfect. There will be times when the market reverses and the moving average lags behind. That is not a failure of the tool. It is a reality of trading. Your job is not to avoid losses completely, but to position yourself so that when trends do develop, you are on the right side of them. Over time, that's where consistency is built. If you approach moving averages with the mindset of clarity rather than prediction, you begin to see the market differently. You stop chasing trades, you stop overcomplicating your charts, and you start focusing on what actually matters: direction, structure, and behavior. And that shift in thinking is what separates traders who survive from those who constantly struggle. Dynamic support and resistance is where most traders start to misunderstand what the moving average is actually doing for them. They treat support and resistance like fixed horizontal lines, as if the market respects exact price levels with precision. It doesn't. The market is fluid, constantly moving, constantly adjusting, and that's exactly why a moving average can give you a more realistic view of where buyers and sellers are stepping in. When a market is trending, the moving average often acts like a shifting floor in an uptrend or a ceiling in a downtrend. Price pulls back toward it, tests it, and then continues in the direction of the trend. That behavior is not random. It reflects the psychology of participants who are waiting for better prices to join the existing move. In an uptrend, traders who miss the initial move are looking to buy on weakness, and the moving average gives them a reference point. In a downtrend, it's the opposite. Sellers wait for price to rally into the moving average before stepping back in. But here's where discipline comes in. Just because price touches a moving average does not mean it will hold. This is where many traders lose money. They treat it as a guaranteed turning point instead of a zone of interest. The moving average is an area where something might happen, not where something must happen. You need confirmation from price behavior such as rejection, momentum shifts, or continuation patterns before committing to a trade. Another important aspect is understanding the difference between strong and weak trends. In a strong trend, price may not even touch the moving average frequently. It might stay extended, showing aggressive buying or selling pressure. Traders who blindly wait for a perfect pullback to the moving average often miss these moves entirely. On the other hand, in weaker trends, price interacts with the moving average more often, and those interactions become more meaningful. Recognizing this difference helps you adapt instead of applying a rigid rule to every situation. You also need to be aware of how different market conditions affect the reliability of dynamic support and resistance. In a sideways market, the moving average loses its effectiveness because price is not respecting direction. It cuts through the line repeatedly, creating false signals and confusion. This is where patience becomes critical. The best trades come when the market shows clear intent, not when you force setups in uncertain conditions. There's also a psychological advantage to using moving averages this way. Instead of chasing price or reacting emotionally to every candle, you begin to anchor your decisions to a structured framework. You wait for price to come to you. You become more selective, and that alone can dramatically improve your consistency because you're no longer trading out of impulse. At its core, dynamic support and resistance is about understanding flow. It's about recognizing where the market is likely to pause, react, or continue based on collective behavior. The moving average doesn't predict the future, but it keeps you aligned with what is happening now. And when you combine that with patience and discipline, you stop guessing and start trading with intent. Entry timing with price alignment is where most traders either sharpen their edge or completely sabotage it. You can have the right idea about the trend, you can correctly identify direction, but if your timing is poor, you will still lose money. This is where discipline separates professionals from amateurs. It's not enough to know asterisk where asterisk the market is going. You need to know asterisk when asterisk to act. Price alignment means that your entry is not based on a single signal, but on a combination of factors working together. The moving average gives you direction, but price action gives you timing. If the market is in an uptrend and trading above the moving average, your job is not to buy randomly. Your job is to wait for price to pull back, stabilize, and then show signs of continuation. That's alignment, that's structure, that's patience. Most traders do the opposite. They see a strong move and jump in late, chasing momentum after it has already played out. Then the market pulls back, as it naturally does, and they panic because they entered at the worst possible moment. This has nothing to do with the strategy and everything to do with execution. The market rewards patience, not urgency. You also need to understand the importance of location. Entering a trade far away from the moving average often means you are taking on unnecessary risk. You are buying when the market is extended or selling when it is already stretched. That's not alignment, that's emotional decision-making. High probability entries come when price is in a balanced position relative to the moving average, not when it has already moved significantly. Another critical element is confirmation. Price alignment isn't just about touching a level, it's about how price behaves at that level. Does it hesitate? Does it reject? Does it build momentum in the direction of the trend? These subtle cues matter. They tell you whether the market is ready to continue or whether it's losing strength. Ignoring this and entering blindly is what leads to inconsistency. You must also accept that you will not catch every move, and that's perfectly fine. Trying to be in every trade is one of the fastest ways to destroy your discipline. The goal is not frequency, the goal is quality. When your entries are aligned with both trend and behavior, you don't need many trades to be effective. A few well-timed positions can outperform dozens of impulsive ones. There's also a psychological shift that happens when you focus on alignment. You stop reacting to the market and start observing it. You give yourself permission to wait. You become comfortable with missing trades because you understand that forcing entries is far more costly than sitting on your hands. This is where confidence is built, not from constant action, but from controlled decision-making. At the end of the day, entry timing is about precision. It's about stacking small advantages in your favor and executing with clarity. The moving average gives you context, but price alignment gives you the edge. And when those two come together, you are no longer guessing, you are acting with purpose. Avoiding false signals and noise is where most traders either protect their capital or slowly bleed it away without even realizing why. The market is constantly moving, constantly printing candles, constantly giving the illusion of opportunity. But not every movement is meaningful. In fact, most of it is just noise, random fluctuations that exist to test your patience and discipline. If you react to everything you see, you will end up overtrading, and overtrading is one of the fastest ways to lose consistency. The moving average can help filter this noise, but only if you understand what it is actually telling you. When price is crossing back and forth over the moving average repeatedly, that is not a signal, it is a warning. It's telling you the market lacks direction. There is no clear control from buyers or sellers, and that means your edge is reduced. Yet this is exactly where many traders get trapped. They interpret every small crossover or touch as a trade opportunity when in reality it's a sign to step back and do nothing. You need to start thinking in terms of conditions, not signals. A signal on its own is meaningless if the overall market condition does not support it. For example, a bullish setup in a sideways market has a much lower probability of success than the same setup in a strong uptrend. The moving average helps define those conditions. If it is flat and price is whipsawing around it, you are in a low quality environment. Acting in that environment is a choice, and it's usually the wrong one. Another layer to filtering noise is understanding time frames. Lower time frames naturally contain more noise because they reflect short-term fluctuations. If you base your decisions purely on them, you will be exposed to more false signals. This is why experienced traders often use higher time frames to establish context and then refine their entries on lower ones. It's not about complexity, it's about clarity. You reduce confusion by aligning your view across multiple perspectives. Emotions also play a major role in how you respond to noise. Fear of missing out pushes you to act on weak setups. The need to be right convinces you that every small move is the start of something bigger. But the market does not reward urgency, it rewards selectivity. Learning to ignore mediocre setups is just as important as identifying good ones. In fact, it's often the difference between a trader who survives and one who constantly resets their account. You also have to accept that no filter will eliminate all false signals. Losses are part of the game. The goal is not perfection, the goal is reduction. By focusing on clearer trends, better structure, and stronger alignment, you naturally avoid a large portion of low-quality trades. That alone can significantly improve your performance over time. When you truly understand how to avoid noise, your trading becomes quieter, you take fewer trades, but they are more intentional. You spend less time reacting and more time observing. And that shift from constant activity to controlled execution is what ultimately builds consistency in the long run. Multi-Timeframe Confirmation is where your perspective as a trader either becomes sharp and structured or fragmented and confusing. Most traders look at a single time frame and believe they understand the market. They don't. They're seeing one piece of a much larger picture. And when you make decisions based on incomplete information, your results will reflect that. The market moves in layers. What looks like a strong trend on a lower time frame might just be a small pullback on a higher time frame. This is where traders get caught. They think they are trading with momentum, but in reality they are trading directly into a larger opposing move. The moving average, when used across multiple time frames, helps you avoid this mistake by giving you context beyond your immediate view. You start with a higher time frame to understand the dominant direction. This is where the bigger players operate, and this is where the most meaningful trends are formed. If the higher time frame shows price consistently above a rising moving average, you have a clear bullish environment. That doesn't mean the market will go straight up, but it does mean your bias should be aligned with buying, not selling. Ignoring this and trading against it is one of the most common reasons traders struggle. Once you have that higher time frame context, you move down to a lower time frame to refine your entries. This is where precision comes in. You're no longer guessing direction, you already know it, now you're looking for alignment. You want the lower time frame to pull back, stabilize, and then show signs of continuation in the same direction as the higher time frame. When both time frames are aligned, your probability increases. Not because the setup is guaranteed, but because you've stacked the odds in your favor. The mistake many traders make is overcomplicating this process. They load multiple time frames, multiple indicators, and end up paralyzed by conflicting signals. That's not confirmation, that's confusion. Multi-time frame analysis should simplify your decision-making, not make it harder. The goal is clarity. One time frame gives you direction, another gives you timing. That's it. You also need to understand that alignment doesn't mean perfection. The market is not always going to line up neatly across all time frames. There will be moments of conflict. And during those moments, the best decision is often no decision at all. Sitting out is a position. It protects your capital and keeps you ready for when the market becomes clearer. There's also a psychological advantage to this approach. When you know that your trade is aligned with the broader market structure, you're less likely to panic during small pullbacks. You understand that short-term fluctuations are normal within a larger trend. That confidence allows you to hold positions with more discipline instead of reacting emotionally to every minor move. At its core, multi-timeframe confirmation is about seeing the market for what it is, not what you want it to be. It forces you to step back, to slow down, and to think in terms of structure rather than impulse. And when you start trading with that level of awareness, you move from reacting to anticipating, from guessing to executing with intent. Discipline and execution consistency is where everything either comes together or completely falls apart. You can have a solid understanding of moving averages, you can recognize trends, identify clean setups, and still fail as a trader if you cannot execute with consistency. This is the uncomfortable truth most people try to avoid. They keep searching for a better strategy, a better indicator, a better system, when the real issue is their inability to follow what they already know. Discipline is not about motivation or feeling confident. It's about doing the same thing over and over again, regardless of how you feel in the moment. The market will test you. It will tempt you to break your rules, to chase trades, to exit too early, or to hold onto losing positions longer than you should. And every time you give in to that impulse, you reinforce bad behavior. Over time, those small lapses destroy consistency. Execution consistency means that every trade you take follows the same process, the same criteria for entry, the same logic for exit, the same risk management approach, not sometimes, not when it's convenient, every single time. Because the only way to measure whether a strategy works is to apply it consistently. If you're constantly changing your approach based on recent outcomes, you're not trading a strategy, you're reacting emotionally. One of the biggest challenges traders face is dealing with losses. A few losing trades in a row can shake your confidence and push you to deviate from your plan. You start second-guessing valid setups, or worse, you start taking impulsive trades to make back what you lost. This is where discipline becomes critical. Losses are part of the process. They do not define your strategy, and they do not justify abandoning it. What matters is how you respond to them. Consistency also requires patience. There will be periods where the market does not offer clear opportunities. During those times, doing nothing is the correct action. But many traders feel the need to always be involved, to always have a position open. This constant need for action leads to low-quality trades and unnecessary risk. Being selective is not a weakness, it's a strength. Another important aspect is routine. Professional traders approach the market with structure. They analyze, they plan, and then they execute. There is no randomness in their behavior. This doesn't guarantee profits, but it creates a stable framework where performance can improve over time. Without that structure, you're relying on instinct, and instinct in trading is often driven by emotion, not logic. You also have to hold yourself accountable. It's easy to blame the market, to say conditions were difficult or unpredictable. But if you're honest, most mistakes come from breaking your own rules. Recognizing that gives you control. Because if the problem is your behavior, then the solution is also within your control. At its core, discipline and execution consistency is what turns knowledge into results. It's what separates those who understand trading from those who can actually perform in the market. And once you master that, the strategy becomes secondary. Because now you're no longer relying on hope, you're operating with structure, control, and intent.